A couple of years ago, I went to a physiotherapist because I was suffering from knee problems. After a couple of treatments, the specialist told me, every time you come back, your head is not straight on your body. Your head is tilted to your left-hand side. I was astonished. My head not straight on my body? Please, realign my head to my body. The doctor corrected the position, but immediately didn't feel right. My sight was not good. And because I'm born in a family of opticians, and I became an optician optometrist myself, I had to look into this. And what I discovered was astonishing. There's a lot more to the eye as we can see. As you can see on the big picture, and you look at my eyes, there's a difference. My right eye is lower than my left eye. Due to this difference, I tilt my head to my left-hand side. Otherwise, my sight is not good. At that moment, I suspected a relationship between eye position, head position, body position, and my knee problem. All the studies that I did in the Netherlands didn't elaborate how to solve this problem. I initiated additional studies, but still couldn't find the perfect method. This is the reason I developed my own method based on an existing solution from a German professor. Where the normal eye care is focusing on the central part of the vision, the solution for my problem was found in the peripheral part. This part of the vision we use to have our balance and to have wider vision. When we optimize balance between our eyes, a better body balance is the result. This balance we achieve by custom-made glasses using the measure technique, prismatic lenses, and a training method to train the visual system. That is a training for the eyes and the visual cortex. The biggest energy user of our brain is our visual system. 50% of all energy is consumed by eyes and visual cortex. 50%. Imagine if we would optimize this system, what would it do on other problems? After I solved my own problem, I started to bring the method into practice. First, similar problems like I had, physical disbalances. Later, new kinds of problems, like migraines, headaches, Meniere disease, whiplash, back problems, reading and learning problems, but also children with a suspicion of dyslexia. We didn't solve the primary root cause of the dyslexia, but the children were reading a lot better, probably due to misaligned eyes. To test this, we used a reading scale. And what we saw on the scale was that the children were reading a lot better and faster, and there was a difference on 2 levels on this scale, only by realigning the eyes. Additional studies we did on all kinds of age groups showed that only 25% of all people have completely straight aligned eyes. So 75% of you all have misaligned eyes. What if we would look at problems we had on a new way, like the migraines? What if we know if you have migraine that 75% of the people have misaligned eyes? What would you do to the migraine if we solve the misalignment? Same with the dyslexia. Personally, I was completely happy. I was not suffering from knee problems anymore. I was helping people with their problems. I was helping children with their reading challenges. I was sharing my knowledge by teaching other optometrists how to solve these problems. All in all, exciting and rewarding. However, slowly my closest friends and family, and even myself, were changing and noticing changes. These changes were not from a physical origin, but more from a mental origin. I wasn't the person I used to be. Who did I become? Who was I? Like most men of my age, I ask myself the questions of life. Like, who did I become? And who was I? But were the questions due to age? Or due to the fact that improving my head balance, my eye balance, my body balance, another behavior is the result? Would it be that by giving my body and my head more balance, my brain would be more balanced? We all know the theories about the right and left brain theory, which behavior is on which side. We also know that a lot of discussion is about it. How more I learn about it, the interesting it became. I learned that due to the eye position, a different head position is the result. One eye part gets more light energy, one brain part gets more energy. Would it be the reason that one brain part gets more energy, that some behavior has the upper hand? We also know that depending on which part of the visual field somebody is standing, another emotion is the result. For example, when I do this TED Talk not in the center of the stage, more on your perspective, right-hand side of the stage, you would experience this TED Talk with more emotion than what I would give it on the left side of the stage. When I would stand on the left side of the stage, you will experience it less emotional, more rational. I can also use it in my advantage. When I want to get to work to a clue or get your attention, I can move over this stage by switching energy from one side of the eye to the other part of the eye. One part of the brain switches the energy to the other part of the brain. You get the attention. Maybe we have to reevaluate old sayings. For example, there's a Dutch saying to ignore somebody, to give somebody the cold shoulder. We say, iemand links laten liggen, which literally describes to put somebody in the left visual field part. Would it actually mean that by putting somebody in the left visual field part, somebody would experience less emotion, and you can make an easier rational decision in an emotional relationship? Left less emotion, right more emotion. We can also use it in our advantage. For example, with our mother-in-law. In the beginning of 2016, I met with a friend of mine, Nata Moy. He is in the audience. And he wanted to, he has a background as a photographer, and wanted to make a book about the personality of an eye, just like me. He wanted to catch the emotion of some human eye based on the left-right brain theories. I wanted to put it in writing. Is there an emotion in the eye? And do you have an emotional eye and a rational eye? Together with Marco, we started a project, the Naked Eye Project. And with that project, we wanted to achieve the target for, is there an emotion in the eye? And do we have a rational eye and an emotional eye? And what we did with this project, we measured alignments of the eyes and which effect it has on head positions. And we made pictures of human faces with their eyes. And that's what we did with those pictures. We did change one tiny little part. We photoshopped the right eye to the left-hand side, and we photoshopped the left eye to the right-hand side. And what we got were two different photos. In your perspective, the left photo, the left face, had another emotion than when you look at the right face. There is an emotion in the eye. When you look at the left picture, there's a lot more emotion in the face than the colder face on the right perspective. When I put those behind each other and they switch, you see the difference. Colder face, and the more with the more emotion. When I show you the original photo again, and you look closer to both eyes, you see that the left eye has more emotion than the right eye. There is an emotion in the eye. A beautiful other example. Beautiful example. We got the hunter. He kills you. And we got the family man. The family man and the hunter. The emotion is in the eye. What if we all turn to each other? Please, turn yourself to each other. Yeah? A little bit better, come on. Turn yourself to the person next to you. And look that person in the eye. Look that person in the eye. And now comes the interesting question. With which eye are you making contact? Look in the eye. Are you making contact with the right, your perspective, left emotional eye? Or with the right, less emotional eye? With are making contact. You can also ask yourself the question, with which eye are you making contact with your loved ones? Are you making contact? Are you making contact with the emotion in your partner? With the emotional eye? Are you making contact with the less emotional eye? Or you don't look at all and it's time for a new partner? We can all have a long discussion now about the left and right brain theories. What we know is that your eyes, your head position, and your emotions are closer linked together than you might think. I think everybody wants to go to a mirror right now. You want to see, do I different in height? You want to see, is there an emotion in my eye? And the most important question of the day, with which eye are you making contact with yourself? Are you looking for your emotional eye in yourself? Are you looking for your less emotional eye? I named the TED Talk, Me, Myself, and I. But it's not about me, myself, and I. It's about you, yourself, and your eyes. Thank you very much.